it's really challenging at first, and it is a very life-changing moment when I started knowing VAU. Kasi I've been searching for online courses already for 6 months before I encountered VAU, and it was the very first online course that I got with a very good supportive community. It's not just a community, but it's a family. Kasi kahit tapos ka na sa training, kahit nasa client ka na, hindi ka niya pababayaan. That is one of the most special part of the VAU. And because of that, I was able to experience a lot. I was able to grow a lot. So super worth it talaga ang pag-join sa VAU.
Worth it ba mag-enroll sa VAU? Kasi first is, we have 20 courses and more pa yung pag-upskill nga. Kasi being a VA, I believe continuous learning yun. And kunwari nakakuha ka nga ng client, hindi lang naman basta isang skill ang kailangan mo. Usually, lahat ng in-offer ng virtual assistant university na course, magagamit mo siya. Because for example, some clients would say na you are hired for this position, pero meron din siyang ibang papagawa sa'yo, which is also included in the different courses na offered ni VAU. Kaya that's one thing why it is very worth it to enroll. Second is yung 24/7 po na support ng team, ng virtual assisting team. Kasi kahit talagang madaling araw or umaga, ganyan, meron talagang sasagot sa'yo kapag may questions ka. And hindi lang naman yung mismong team. Even the other, even your batchmates or your co-trainees, nandyan din to help you if talagang kaya nila. So, the third is, you will have clients, pero yun nga, hindi pinapromise yun ang virtual assisting, pero they will do their best to provide you with clients. But it's up to you. If you really want it, syempre, makakuha ka talaga ng client. And yung last po is, kaya siya worth it. I get to spend time din with my family. And yun nga, nag-work ako nang nasa bahay lang. So, may time din talaga ako. Nakikita ko sila, ganyan. So, yun. Yun ang bakit worth it ang mag-enroll sa VA.
Now, I am very confident, and then I have a client na yung lagi niya sinasabi, protect your confidence. So, ito yung one thing na kailangan natin dito. So, if you're having a doubt, ibaba niyo yung doubt na yan. Take a risk. Kasi hindi mo ma-achieve yung mga goals mo in life if nagda-doubt ka, baka baka ganyan. So, gusto ko ma-experience yung na-experience namin dito as a family. Hindi lang kami to, like workmates kami dito, ganyan. It's more of a family kami dito.
Actually, would like to share some of my experience in enrolling in VAU. Actually, that was last year. I think I will be almost a year now because I enrolled last year. And I am so blessed that I saw this VAU. Sabi ko, what is this VAU? What is this VA? I really don't have, I'm still really from the scratch. No, although I work for a long time, sa company which is, we're producing product. This time, no, wala siyang product I mean, wala siyang physical products. And, join lang ako kasi may nag-invite sa akin. Sabi ko, sige nga, try ko nga, wala mawawala di ba? So, and then, so I've tried because I wanted to learn talaga something new na hindi ko talaga siya na-experience pa in my entire life. So,
it's 10 o'clock.
And then I entered I enrolled for the VAU, and then and I love it. I like it because it's more than a school. Yeah. Talagang may sasagot sa'yo anything kahit hindi sa pag-aaral, may sasagot talaga. May mga problema pati lahat no. So I really enjoyed that time, and na-inspire akong mag-aral kasi sabi ko wala akong alam, from zero talaga ako, from scratch. Google nga hindi ko alam. Sabi ko, may Google form, ano ba yun? Wala talaga akong alam. And then, very persistent, talagang nag-aral ako. Sabi ko, very challenging, gusto ko to. Sabi kong ganon. And I really love the company, no? Even though hindi kami nagkikita face-to-face, pero alam mo, buhay na buhay yung aming mga chat group namin, buhay na buhay. And then, and it's not just the group, it's not just, I think the learning, but the opportunity of having a job, no? Na hindi natin siya talagang makikita. I really learned a lot, not just the technical thing, because now I am proud. I can say that I'm a professional VA. No, that's why ang dami kong natutunan sa VA. Wala nga akong alam ano ba yung mga lead generation na yan, ano ba yung mga the content marketing, medyo may alam ako dyan, pero alam ko yung Facebook lang, pero hindi ko alam, marami pa pala sa loob ng Facebook, no, how you to strategize, how to make your ads. And you know what? Ito sasabihin ko talaga sa inyo, no, that you know, it's something like, it's more than, actually, if you're going to enroll for a 10,000, sabihin ng 20 subjects siya, no? It's more than that. What you will get is more than that. Talagang I promise, I swear to you. And now, I am a full-time VA. Wag na po kayong dalawang isip. Kasi I'm here. No, I'm here. I'm a living testimony that it really gave me a lot of opportunity, knowledge, no, yung job, and then in my business na talagang nakatulong siya ng sobra. Imagine at this age of mine, no, makapagtrabaho pa ako na nasa home lang ako, and it is greater than the BPO, yung call center na sinasabi. The one that you will be gaining, it's more than. So it's really very, very helpful, ano? So walang mga ganyan sa outside world. Walang magtuturo sa inyo ng ganyan. Actually, walang magtuturo. So kaya nga, sabi natin, kung talagang seryoso ka, no, na umunlad yung ating pamumuhay, at the same time, nag-i-enjoy ka, enroll po tayo sa VAU. And kung magtatanong kayo sa akin kung ano pang ginawa ko, pwede ring magtanong kayo. No? Open naman, okay. Open naman ako na magtanong. And ito pa pala, lastly, don't worry about no one will help you. Tama si Miss Judy. Because ang dami pong tumutulong even before na hindi pa talaga kami na-hire. No? And then, yung iba kasi may mga business, yung iba nagba-vlog, yung iba ganyan. No? Magtanong ka, ang daming sasagot sa iyo. Anytime, walang oras na pinipili. And even until ma-hire ka, and then you're having problem with your client or you're having problem with the tasks itself, ang daming sasagot. Ang daming magbibigay ng technique, ang daming magbibigay ng strategy. Kahit tulog na lahat ng tao, may sasagot. That's why I really, really love the community that we have right now. And talagang, I am proud to be one of the VA of the virtual life.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Virtual Assistant University. I'm seeing 15 people here, and I'm so delighted to see everybody. So tonight we have a very I think this is one of those live stream episodes where people are really looking forward to. And it's really because we answer the frequently asked questions about Virtual Assistant University. Okay. Now, before anything else, let me call on my co host, Kenji, to join me. Hi, Kenji.
Good evening, Miss.
Evening. So tonight it's all about all of your questions. Also, by the way, just to inform everybody, um, for this live stream, the more that you share, the more chances of winning. We're going to announce the winner for this week's episode on Friday, which is going to be our last live stream for this launch. Also, I would like to I would also like to encourage everybody. If you have questions, obviously this is a question and answer episode, so just type them in, and there's no wrong question or wrong comment, and we will address everything. Okay, so I'm now seeing 20 people. Hi, everybody. Good evening. So before anything else, like before we start with like reading out the frequently asked questions, I would like to ask Kenji to start reading out the details of, explaining the details of Virtual Assistant University and like the Study Now, Pay Later program. And just I would just like it to explain, Kenji, what we used to explain. Like, you don't have to explain the different programs. Just explain the Study Now, Pay Later program anyway. We do provide a discount if they pay in advance, okay? Just so that it's not so long-winded. So kindly go ahead.
Yan, okay. So, again po, good evening. So, I'm Kenji po. And share ko lang po yung screen ko po. Yan, okay. So, sa mga interested po to join us, so visit nyo lang po yung website namin sa join.virtualassistant.ct. Yan. So, do you want to be a virtual assistant earning in dollars kahit nasa bahay lang? So, ano nga ba yung freelancing? Paano ba tayo magsimula? Ano ba yung mga kailangan ko to start my journey? And ano ba yung mga skills na in demand ngayon? So, ito lang yung ilan sa mga katanungan ninyo na definitely i-address natin during our training. Yan. So, about Virtual Assistant University. So, it is a training platform owned by Virtualasting where it aims to provide virtual assistant training for those who need to learn virtual assistant skills and for those who want to upgrade their skills as a VA. Ayan. So, kahit newbie ka man or meron ng experience, gusto mo lang mag-upskill, so welcome na welcome ka dito. So, in this training po, you will learn 20 virtual assistant skills that will last for 3 to 5 weeks. Ayan. So, proceed na tayo sa coverage natin. Ayan. So, we have here introduction to virtual assistant careers, lead generation, content marketing, affiliate marketing, email marketing, Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, and IGTV, real estate marketing, Facebook ads, WordPress, e-commerce, automations with Zapier and IFTTT, Pinterest marketing, chatbot creation, video editing, Clickfunnels and funnel building, SEO or search engine optimization, copywriting, prospecting leads, and lastly, virtual assistant, interview tips, and proper etiquette. Yan. So, our guarantee, ayan, so Virtual Assistant University will help you make your freelancing home-based virtual assistant dreams come true by molding you to become the kind of VA that clients love. So, aside dun sa na-mention ko na 20 na courses kanina, hindi lang tayo dun magfo-focus. Syempre, kasama na dyan as we go along yung mga soft skills natin na tinatawag. Yan. regarding naman sa ating pricing, yeah, so yun nga, in-offer namin yung Study Now, Pay Later program. So, before po, charge po natin to ng 2,000 for each course. Yan. So, imagine nyo guys, yung 20 courses kanina, 2,000 pesos each yung value nun. But ngayon po, you can avail yung 20 courses natin for only 7,999. Yan. So, ano nga ba yung sa Study Now, Pay Later program natin? Yan. So, syempre, alam naman namin na hindi lahat is capable na makapagbayad agad-agad. So, kaya meron tayo nitong Study Now Pay Later program para mabigyan kayo ng opportunity na maka-join sa ating training. Yan, so literal na magti-training ka ngayon, then yung payment natin is later na after the training. Okay? So, ang guidelines po natin dito is open siya to all Filipino nationals ages 18 years and older. And reminder lang guys, limited lang yung slots na allotted natin for this program. And this program will last for 5 weeks. Yeah, so mamaya tayo sa registration. Proceed muna tayo sa payment terms. Yan, so syempre, hindi din naman namin kayo hahayaan na after the training, iisahang bayad lang. So, parang nonsense lang yung program natin, di ba? So, kaya meron tayong flexible na payment terms. So, first po is immediate na collection 1 week after the training. And ang magiging collection namin is every 15th and 30th of the month. Dahil every 15th and 30th po, i-divide natin siya into 4 payments. So, parang ang mangyayari, magkakaroon po kayo ng additional na 2 months aside do sa training month natin. So, magiging total niya ay 3 months. So, magkakaroon kayo ng 3 months to pay doon sa ating program. And next po, kung makakakuha po kayo ng client under po sa amin, under po ng virtual lasting, so i-refund po namin 100% yung binayad ninyo after 6 months of employment. And lastly po, sa payment terms natin, if magbabayad po kayo on or before mag-start yung training natin, by the way, ang start po ng batch 11 natin ay sa August 2 na, yan. So, next week na. So, again po, if magbabayad po kayo on or before August 2, so makakakuha po kayo ng additional na 50% discount. So, ang mangyayari po, ang babayaran nyo na lang is 3,999 instead na 7,999. Okay? And yung payment channels po natin, yan, especially po sa mga gusto mag-avail ng 50% off natin. So we have here BPI, BDO, Union Bank, GCash, Paymaya, Coins.ph, Cebuana Luwilier, Palawan, M. Luwilier, and sa mga gusto pong magbayad via credit or debit card, so may provided na po kami na PayPal link dito. So i-click nyo na lang po siya. And enter nyo na lang po yung details ninyo and automatic na po siyang naka 50% off. Yan. So reminder lang guys, sa mga magbabayad po via PayPal, meron po siyang additional na charge. So baka po kasi magulat kayo. Yan. Now, para naman po sa ating registration, so again po, sa mga gusto pong mag-enroll, just visit join.virtualassistant.university. Yan. And makikita nyo po dyan yung aming registration form. Yan. Click nyo lang po yung may mga enroll now. O kaya naman po itong registration form na click here. Yan. So pag clinic nyo po siya, yan. So, pag clinic nyo po siya, automatic na pong, ayan, yung registration form natin. So, right after nyo pong mag-register, may marireceive po kayo na email confirmation galing po sa amin. Since meron pa po tayong isi-send na training agreement na kailangan nyo pong i-accomplish. And reminder lang po pala, upon registration po, kailangan nyo pong mag-prepare ng 2 valid ID, proof of residency, and 3 signature specimen. Ayan. Since yun nga po, tayo po ay mag-enroll for the Study Now, Pay Later program. Ayan. So, nandito na rin po yung steps natin. Ano po ba yung i-expect ninyo after nyo pong mag-register dito? Ayan. And again po, to register, just visit join.virtualassistant.university.
All right. So thank you so much for that, Kenji. I really appreciate it. He really explains it best. Or tinatamad ba ako? Anyway, so our first question is, Ma'am, pwede ba magtanong? Yes, pwede tayo magtanong. Okay, that's the first question and that's a yes. So, Mary Grace, kindly send us a chat. I-post mo dito so that everybody can see, so that everybody can also learn from your question. And this also goes for everybody, okay? So good evening, everyone. Good evening, Rome. Hello to Mary Grace. Also, sabi ni Valsky will enroll soon. That's great. So we also have another question from Kayan Sar. Do we need to be excellent in English or good English is enough? So I'm going to say this. The cool thing about being a virtual assistant is hindi naman tayo call center agents. Have you noticed na sa call center, obviously, kailangan talaga mag-improve na parang American accent. Dito, siguro ang importante lang is we are understandable. So, we also have like parang language training din dahil it's not na kailangan ka talaga mag-take ng calls or something like that, but it's just for you to have more confidence in talking to your client and also para there's good communication as well as parang like hindi kayo ano? Parang ganon like, what? I don't understand. Yung mga ganon, at least you're more conversational and that's the most important thing about being a virtual assistant is that you can convey your questions as well as your ideas to your client. And if you have some opinions and as well as so that when your client gives you instructions, then you can also comprehend and understand. Okay? So, hindi naman tayo kailangan mag-American English, but the cool thing is we have this some sort of like hindi naman siya upscale. Parang language training din so that it can also help din kasi we also notice na, you can't deny that. And it's really sad because it doesn't mean naman that the better your English is, the better you are as a virtual assistant. It doesn't really connect. But we also notice that clients choose VAs based on if naintindihan ka ba nila sa interview. So that's why we also have language training after the whole training, like after sa whole training ng mga technical skills, we will help you with your interviews so that you will be understood by your clients. Okay? So meron tayong comment from Bernie. Hi, Coach Judy, Lodi Kenji, highly recommended Virtual Lasting University. Yay, thank you, Bernie. Bernie is from batch ano?
Parang recent lang din po.
Batch 9?
Opo.
That's nice. Okay. Sarah Jane, hello, good evening. Good evening. All right, so let's proceed with the frequently asked questions. And by the way, while we're reading the frequently asked questions, you can also like type in your own questions, okay? So for the first frequently asked question, Kenji.
Okay po. So actually regarding din po to sa naitanong na po kanina. So open po ba to for no experience and kung basic English lang ang alam?
Okay, yes. This is super open for anybody, really. We made it a point na talagang to start from the very, very beginning. We're not going to require you to have some sort of sorry. We're not going to require you to have some sort of like prerequisite. You don't have to have graduated a certain course. You can be an undergrad. You can have, you don't have to have like previous experience as a VA or previous experience as a call center agent or previous experience kahit anong job. You can become a virtual assistant because we will really show you from the very, very beginning on how to do it. Okay? And as I mentioned before, you don't have to be a super duper parang um, super bongga ang English, but we have to make sure lang na we are understood. And I'm very confident that most of us, in the Philippines are actually proficient in English. Hindi naman siguro na maganda yung accent natin, but because we have had English since we were children, you will be surprised that so many other countries don't have the same proficiency as Filipinos. And so that's why I'm very confident that anybody who joins our training, as long as you went to grade school and high school, then you can actually become a virtual assistant. This job doesn't discriminate as long as you have the heart and like the willingness to learn. Okay? All right. So, next question, Kenji.
Okay, next po. Yan, akala po namin kapag may work na tsaka magbabayad, bakit po magbabayad na kahit wala pang client?
Okay. So, guys, this training, by the way, is a very valuable training. This is not specific to virtualasting lang na training. This kind of training, the topics within it, as well as the caliber of our training and the results, it actually will contribute so much to your life, whether you become a virtual assistant, whether you become a digital marketer, whether you become, let's say, a social media strategist, or if you run your own business. In fact, the kind of training that we have would cost you thousands of dollars, and we give it at a very affordable price to run the costs of our business. Okay, it's actually like even the coverage, it doesn't justify the cost because there's so much that we do and we hire a lot of people as well. So we need to support that. But you have to understand that this is not specific to virtualasting only. We just make it cheap. But actually, no, we expect to be paid because there are costs running this training, and you can use this training outside of virtualasting.
Yes.
If you decide to work for virtualasting, the good thing is we're going to refund the amount for the training that you have paid if you work with your client for 6 months. However, if you decide not to work with virtualasting, there are no hard feelings kasi you paid for the training. In fact, may utang pa kayo sa amin kasi it's too cheap. We could have, like charged thousands for it. So that's that. So the client is just an additional perk. Okay, you have to think about that. This is not a training program just to prepare you for a job, just like in a call center, because it's not product specific. You learn something generally that people will be able to make use of in many areas of business and many kinds of jobs that you can apply by yourself. Okay, so if you want to invest in your future, you should invest in it. And it's not really like we owe you anything for it. Okay, you have to understand that. All right, so next question.
Okay, next po. Yan, what if hindi po available sa live coaching ng 9 p.m.? Pwede pa rin po bang magtanong and ask for help sa mga coaches?
Okay, so Kenji, can you explain that? Kasi you're the one who has also gone through, the mga live coaching.
Sige po. Yan. So, yun yung maganda dito, guys, kasi yun nga, hindi namin kayo pinapabayaan lang na, ayan, bahala kayo dyan, manood kayo. Nandiyan na yung mga training videos, provided na namin kayo na ang manood and kayo na matuto. So, hindi po ganon. So, kaya meron nga po tayong live coaching. So, what if hindi naman po available sa live coaching natin every 9 p.m.? So, actually pina-provide naman po namin yung naging, recording nung, that night or nung specific night para mabilis niyo po siyang mabalikan, 'yan.
Right. That's Oh, and we also have like a question that is actually, very related. So, sabi ni Valsky, I currently have a work po. If I join batch 11, I'm afraid it'll cause conflict with my schedule. May I know what time classes start and end po? And is it during weekdays or weekends? Can you explain that,
Yun,
Kenji?
okay po. So yung, schedule po natin is every, 9 PM po to 1 AM and every weekdays lang po siya, 'yan. So, ang setup po ng live coaching natin, nasa, 1 hour or 1.5 po yung live coaching natin, 'yan. So, makakausap niyo po yung mga coaches natin and the rest po nung time is for you na po to watch yung training video natin na naka-assign po for that day, 'yan. And kung yun nga po, kung hindi po kayo makaka-attend, don't worry kasi po, puwede naman po kayo mag-reach out sa coaches natin anytime at saka po yun, ipo-provide din po namin yung naging, recording po nung live coaching that night po. 'Yan.
All right. So, we also have, okay. So, sabi ni Joan Cagas, hello, I am interested and how to join po. So, how to join ba, Kenji? Like, can you give them, instructions on how to
Okay
join?
po. 'Yan.
Mhm.
So again po sa mga interested po to join our Study Now Pay Later program, so just visit join.virtualassistant.university and makikita niyo po diyan yung registration form po natin. Ayan. So, click nyo lang po yung enroll now and madadirect na po kayo sa registration form natin. And reminder lang po, upon registration po, may requirements tayo. So, huwag niyo po kakalimutan yung 2 valid IDs, proof of residency, and 3 signature specimens since yun nga po, mag-enroll po tayo for the Study Now Pay Later program. Yan. So, again po, just visit join.virtualassistant.university.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Kenji. So, next question.
Ayan, okay. Next question po. May specifications po ba ng laptop and internet connection sa training?
Okay, go ahead. Kasi ikaw yung expert dito, Kenji.
Yun po. So actually po, tulad po nung nasasabi namin sa mga previous live stream, so wala naman po kaming as in nire-require na specs ng laptop tsaka po ng internet connection. So sa laptop naman po, as long as yun nga, gumagana siya, kasi mostly naman po sa gamit natin dito ay web-based application. So limited, as in limited lang po talaga yung ida-download natin dito. Kahit po actually i3 lang yun na laptop and sa internet connection naman po, actually kahit 5 Mbps lang po yan, okay na okay po yan. Kasi yun naman yung maganda dito kasi in the future, yan, magkakaroon din tayo ng chance na makapag-upgrade. And actually, kung may share ko lang din po before, actually nung nag-join po ko sa training, yan, part po ako ng batch 3 training actually dati. Yan. Actually, sumali po ako dito ang gamit ko lang po is prepaid lang na pocket wifi. Tapos, yung laptop ko naman, humiram lang ako noon. So, hindi pa siya ganun kabilis. Yan. So, kung kayo, ganun, so, welcome na welcome pa rin kayo dito sa training.
Diba? So, that's so true. Kasi when I also started online, sa totoo lang, akala ko talaga na, oh my God, I really did not have a laptop at first. Tapos, I started using my phone and then I realized, ang hirap pala na magawa ng task sa phone. So, I remember before na merong PC yung bahay ng ex-boyfriend ko. Imagine. So, doon ako sa sala while nagwa-watch ng Wawawi yung nanay niya. Yung mga ganun. And then eventually, nakapagbili ng laptop. Pero ang liit ng laptop ko. And then, eventually, life really happens. Success really happens. And so, like, before parang big deal na bumili ako ng laptop na, I think 12,000 lang yun. True, 'di ba? So, that's the cool thing about our training. You can start anytime. You can borrow a laptop if you don't want to spend for I really don't encourage you to go ahead and spend immediately if you cannot afford it yet. Okay, don't pressure yourself. Wag kang mangutang for it. It would be good if you, because you can already like join the training kahit it's not a very high end laptop. If it's an old laptop, you can use, you can borrow, pwede prepaid wifi, di ba? Kasi so many people will say, I will not join yet kasi wala akong computer.
Opo.
Just borrow. If for example, merong computer yung sister mo and she's not using it during the nighttime, just ask for her help or something, or maybe a family member. Okay? All right. So next question.
Okay, next po. Ano ang mga qualifications para makagraduate at may certificate po ba na ibibigay?
So yes, we have a certificate that we give. And also, siguro ito lang. To be able to graduate this training, to be able to really graduate from this training, sa totoo lang ha, we do not fail anybody. We will not say na, oy, ikaw kasi hindi ka maganda, you will not graduate. Or, ay, kasi hindi namin type yung ginawa mo, you will not be able to graduate. Here, effort lang. Siguro, just show up. Just really do your tasks. And you will be able to graduate. We will not even say na, ay, itong taon na to makagraduate kasi mas maganda yung ginawa niya kaysa sa isang person. Because we understand that this is, like this is a whole process of learning. And so, if your work is not even better than the other person, you can still graduate. Given that, of course, we will give you feedback on how to improve. Okay? So, literally, ito yung course na if you show up and just do your tasks, then you will finish. Okay? There's a percentage like the number of tasks that you will do. Syempre, hindi naman pwede na nag-show up ka nga, pero hindi ka gumawa ng task. 'Di ba? Let's say, nag-show up ka sa 15 days, pero ang ginawa mo, isang Facebook page lang or something, which is, so there's a certain percentage number of tasks na pwede kang mag-graduate, but we will really advise you to finish your portfolio before you can graduate. Okay? So anyway, we will give you time naman. And we have the coaches. Okay? So marami tayong questions right now. Wait lang ha. So, from Ed, magkano po total payment sa Study Now, Pay Later program? Ito ba yung installment plan na 7,900? Ano po yung 3,900 lang? 7,999 is the total amount for Study Now, Pay Later program. That's the full amount. We just give a discounted amount na 3,999 if hindi ka mag-study now, pay later. If you pay in advance, I guess. So, kung study now, pay later, syempre, later on ka na magbayad. So, it means that we start charging for the 7,999 divided into 4 payments, which is probably around 1,999 a week after you graduate. Whereas, if you pay in advance and you pay on or before April 2, instead of paying 7,999, you get 50% off. And thereby, you don't become study now, pay later. You pay in advance. So, it's 3,999. Okay? All right. Another is, question lang po, pwede po ba piliin lang yung courses na nasalihan for training? As of now, we don't have like, individual courses. It's like an entire package. If you just want to learn, you can still kasi, which we would charge individually at least 2,000 pesos per course. But since we don't have any sort of thing, you just pay the 3,999 if you want. That's the most affordable price. And then it's up to you if you want to learn anything that you want. Anyway, we don't really require naman na, you will finish everything if you don't want to, like if you don't want to finish the certification of the entire virtual assistant training. Okay, if there are just certain things that you want to learn. Okay, so what's the next question, Kenji?
Okay, next po. Yan. Anong skills ang mostly hanap ni client?
So, as somebody who regularly talks to clients, I can attest that there are certain kinds of clients who are looking for certain things. Okay. So I noticed that there are clients who just need, who need like an executive assistant type of VA. So that's one type of client. And the skills that you need to learn would be number one, organizational skills. Number two, you would need to learn how to, let's say, I really, like for example, reach out to people as well as, do corporate communications. Maybe a lot of times, executive assistants also manage their communications on their pages as well as Instagram. And then a lot of times, like it also bleeds into like posting in behalf of them on their social media posts. On social media channels. Then there's also another type of client who would need more, let's say, sales and marketing for their business. So they would need somebody who's going to help them, with growing their social media following. Also, like reaching out to customers, maybe enforcing marketing strategies and sales strategies, answering inquiries, and also answering like customers and orders and things like that. There are also clients who need help with content. So let's say they would ask you for, so what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of clients really who need different kinds of stuff. And that's the reason why we equip you with all of the skills that are really needed. In fact, we did not include a course here that's not needed by a majority of our clients. And we do this so that you really become marketable to clients and they really will find value in hiring you. In fact, that's the cool thing about it, because when you learn different skills and you don't just learn one skill, it's not because, magpapaubuso ka and you will do everything in their business, but it's really because you give more value and thus you become so valuable to a client that they would prefer to work with you. A lot of clients are very impressed that we have people who, not just are able to post on Instagram and Facebook, but can also do Facebook ads and can also edit videos and also understand how to help them with their WordPress websites and things like that. And they're so impressed with that because otherwise they will have to hire different people with smaller hours. Whereas they hire you long term, and it's a wonderful, relationship because you have a long term job, right? And you become very valuable to clients that they don't want to like end your employment. You get what I mean? All right. So let's answer some questions. So Marvin says, if you are on self-paced program, can you attend the live sessions? Yes, you can attend the live sessions. How does that happen, Kenji?
Okay po. So, yun yung actually yung maganda. But yun nga, ini-encourage namin kayo na mag-join talaga sa batch training. But kung walang choice, so yun po, available sa self-paced program. So, same benefit din naman po yung makukuha ninyo. Katulad po nung nasa batch training kasi yun po, pag may free time ka, you are free na mag-attend po sa ating mga live sessions. Since yun po, i-include pa rin namin kayo sa batch training talaga. Pero yun nga, pwede lang kayo mag-join kapag yun, free time ninyo. And yun nga, ipoprovide din po namin yung mga naging recording po ng ating mga live coaching.
All right. So, next is from Chuchi. So, after the training, it's a 100% na magkaroon ng job. I would say that it's not really 100% if you're not interested to have a job. So, let's say not everybody gets a client here because not everybody is looking for a job under virtualasting. Some of them actually prefer to, have their own clients or go to Upwork and things like that. But let's say if you really want a client, all you need to do is after the graduation, you express your intent to our trainers, to the coaches, because they also are interacting with our HR, and then we will really immediately profile you to clients. And if you are willing to become our VA, obviously, then it's a 100% that you will have a client. I'm just not going to promise that immediately talaga you will get a client because you have to think about it. It really would depend if mag-iinerte ka. Some VAs don't get a client immediately kasi they would say na, oh, I want this kind of schedule. And I'm not saying that that's wrong because sometimes certain kinds of schedules don't work for us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you're not so choosy, the sooner you will get a client. Okay? Also, I've just to give you a tip, people who work harder, and when you work harder, it shows in your portfolio. So the harder you work and the better you create your portfolio, the earlier that you will get a client. So syempre, if hindi gaano maganda yung client, yung portfolio mo, it will be a little bit later than those who did their best. So, in fact, sometimes we will really get back to you if we notice that we shortlist you a lot and then you still don't get a client. We will get back to you to give you tips on how to improve. And also, we will give you feedback regarding your interviews, your interview techniques, so that you will really land a client. So yes, I would say it's a 100% as long as you really want a client. And hindi naman sa pilitan if you don't want to have a client. Or let's say some people would say, ay, after the training, gusto ko pa mag-rest. So you can always get back to us like maybe a month after and would say, okay, ready na akong ma-shortlist. Okay, so that's how it goes. All right? Sabi ni Bernie, wow, batch 11 na pala and
Oo nga po,
forward.
batch 3 pala siya.
Oh, batch
Batchmate.
pala siya. Ano ka ba? Kasi parang Bernie, meron ding Bernie sa batch.
Kaya po pala parang, opo, meron din po kasi.
Merong Bernie sa batch 9, no? Ano ba yan? Okay. Sorry, Bernie, ha? Okay, so, what's the next question?
Okay,
Kenzie?
next po.
Mhm.
Yeah, where does the client come from?
Okay. So, our clients are actually direct clients. I've been in this business for 10 years. Next year, it will be 11 years. So, wow. And since I started from this industry, I don't get from Upwork or things like that. We have our own connections. We also really reach out to clients and we also do prospecting. And our clients are all over the world. We have clients in North America, which is US and Canada. We also have clients in Asia, like Singapore, Malaysia. We have clients in Australia, New Zealand, clients in Europe, okay? And I guess we also have a client, I think we also have in South Africa. So truly we are very global. And I guess wala tayong client sa Antarctica. Yun. I always joke about that, but that's the continent we don't have a client from. Okay. Thank you, sabi daw ni Marvin. So, follow-up ko, sa 399 plan, ito ba yung self-paced churva? Haha. Ito yung ano, parang regular batch training. How much yung self-paced? Kenji,
Yes po, yes po.
I was asking you.
Ay, again po, miss. Sorry po, nagpuputol-putol
Ano
po.
ba yan? Nag-check pa ako ng phone. Akala ko you would answer. So, I said, how much yung self-paced? Ano ba yan, Kenji? Nag-wait ang mga tao. So, can you answer that question?
Okay po. So,
Let me
yung
just
self-paced, yes po.
Hmm.
Okay, so yung self-paced program po natin is same lang din po, 3,999, pati po yung regular. And sa study na pay later program naman po is 7,999. Yan po.
All right. So, next question.
Okay, next question po. Is it part-time or full-time work?
All right. So, we have jobs that are part-time and also jobs that are full-time. It really depends kung ano ang preference mo. Kasi we understand that some people can't do full-time. So all you need to do is after the training, you just inform us kung ano yung preferred schedule mo, at saka, or if you are more flexible, like any schedule, and if you want na part-time or full-time. Okay? Okay, next question.
Okay, next po. Yan. So may mag-guide pa rin po ba sa amin after the training or kahit may client na?
Can you explain that, Kenji?
Okay, so yun yung maganda dito guys kasi aside do sa lifetime access ninyo sa training videos natin or sa training platform natin, same goes din sa support na makukuha ninyo. So actually lifetime din yung makukuha ninyo support dito kasi kahit yun nga after the training or kahit may client ka na, syempre nandyan pa din yung virtual lasting or the virtual assistant university na mag-guide po sa inyo. Ayan. So actually kahit po sa interview po ninyo na with our client, yan, actually may kasama po kayo, kasama pa rin po ninyo si virtual lasting.
Yeah. And even when you have a job, when you have, like even 1 year down the line, you still have your client, or 2 years down the line, you still have your client. So we will still be there. Okay. If you have concerns, if you are sad, if you're happy, we're there to listen. Okay? Okay. So next question.
Okay, so yung last question po natin dito. Yeah, sure client po ba after the training?
So yun ang question ni Chuchi. I would have to say again, it's a sure client if gusto mo magka-client. Of course, kasi merong mga VA na ayaw nila, like for example, ayaw pa nila not now. Maybe a few months after kasi magbakasyon pa. Or, like merong mga people manganak pa or things like that. So all you need to do is to express intent, and then we will help you forge your like actual career plan. And then we will start shortlisting you with clients that actually match your skills and your personality. Okay? So, meron tayong question. What is the difference with VAU and other programs by other pages or coaches? I'm gonna say this. Alam mo ba, Kenji, I actually screenshotted the other day na I announced my first ever training in 2014, and it turns out that that's 7 years ago. The first ever training that I created for virtual assistants. And at that time, people would ask me, ano yung virtual assistant? It was such a foreign thing. So I'm going to say this. I'm one of those OG people in the industry. In fact, there was a time where I had a client who, because I'm also a consultant for CEOs here in Cebu for like, their company structure and things like that. And there was a time where yung executive assistant ng client ko na Australian, sabi niya, oh my gosh, si Miss Judy yung consultant mo. Tapos sabi ng client ko, are you a celebrity or something? Tapos sabi ng executive assistant, no, because she's just one of those OG trainers ng virtual assistant and I've been following her for years. And that was like so heartwarming, but I'm gonna say this. I'm really from that OG time where we had to somehow build everything from scratch. Because right now, virtual assistants have it better. And so I've been through all the, all those times. Like I've been in this industry for more than 10 years. And so I can really give you actual advice on how to really, like, I'm gonna show you kung paano ko talaga, like, how I was able to somehow do it from scratch. I speak from experience, not just from theory. This is really something that is important to me because it's my mission in life. And for me, that's the biggest difference with VAU compared to other programs. That's why we're also really affordable. Do you know that before I would charge around 10,000? Like, I guess the lowest time that I would charge for the training is 6,000 for 5 days of training. This one is 5 weeks of training plus live coaching plus meron pang clients. Kasi you know what? Before I wouldn't give clients to them. I just really needed it to be out there because people just are not aware of it. And then we decided to go for the training starting 2019 because we had issues wherein we needed people to be somehow more job prepared. And so that's why we took a leap of faith. That's why we're here. Our training is designed so that we hire great people. Other programs, they don't really care if you're going to be a great VA because anyway, they don't care about hiring you. Here, because we have an outsourcing company, we really care if at the end of it, you understood. Some training programs, and I'm not trying to like badmouth other people, but it's just really business. But the way that other businesses work is their business is only about training. And they get money because they just get your enrollment. However, in our end, we make our training cheap so that we can have more people who will learn because ultimately we want to hire people. That's why we are very outcome, like we're really outcome dependent. We care about the outcome. We care if you really learn. We care if you really learn how to create websites or, become really good at it. The others, I mean, as long as they get paid, I'm sure that they're okay with that. So I guess that's the difference. Also, we get feedback from other people. I mean, I'm not really so into like stalking other people's offers because I don't know, like we just have this very different standpoint. We come from different backgrounds, but from what I heard, we have the most comprehensive coverage for the amount that we charge. Imagine for as low as 3,999, you get so much. Some people would charge this like for thousands of dollars internationally. Locally, I think there are a lot of trainings With this kind of like coverage, probably they would charge 15K, 20K or more. And most of all, who will give you a free fund if we give you a client? So nobody is going to give you a refund. I think we're the only person. We're only like the only VA school that will provide a refund. Also, I think we're only the only ones who provide a study now, pay later program.
Yes.
So there's a lot of differences, I guess. And we hear that from the feedback, not just because I said that is the difference, okay? But it's really up to you to check. You can search the internet. There are a couple of people who offer trainings, right? Yeah. So we have some questions and also some si Joy. Hi, Bernie Big na baby mo ah. The best, okay, Yurilin says, the best experience and training na to from newbie to multi-skilled VA from batch 2 here. Go na, enroll na kayo, guys. Thanks, Yurilin. Joy. Palabas pa lang, Miss Joy, sa August end month po. Okay, Edward. My partner is interested but still busy due to BPO job. When is the next KED, Miss Joy? We have a schedule in September din. What's the schedule for September?
September 6 po.
September 6th. Okay, but obviously, the sooner that you start, the sooner you'll get a client. That's a lot
Yes
of
po.
time. Kasi of course, we will queue the people based on priority din sa mga client. Okay, all right. So, are there any other questions, Kenji?
Yan, wala na po, Miss,
Okay.
so far. Yan,
Well,
comment kayo, guys.
yeah, so if you still have more questions and comments, go ahead, guys. Just type it in. Before we do, while we're waiting for that, we have a very special guest. His name is Rome. Rome is from which batch, Kenji?
Yung last lang po na nag-graduate po.
Okay, and Rome wants to share that I guess his experience with Virtual Assistant University. So let's welcome him to the live stream. Hi, Rome.
Hi, Miss Judy. Good evening.
Okay.
Kenji, good evening.
Good evening. So, thank you so much for being here on the live stream. So, so that's our question. How was your experience with VAU, and what do you want to share? And by the way, guys, hindi to scripted, so he's allowed to say everything he wants.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Judy and Sir Kenji. Hi, guys. Good evening. My name is Romeo, and you can call me Rome. I'm from Batch 9. It's a good thing na nakita ko tong virtual assistant academy or university because kasi curious ako, ano ba tong virtual assistant na to? By the way, kasi I've worked with um real estate for almost 20 years, and nag-call center din ako just last year lang po. Tapos kasi nga dahil sa pandemic, natanggal kami. So, excuse me. So, nag-start na ako maghanap ng another platform kasi nga kahit mag-stay ako sa real estate since nga pandemic, yung ang priority ngayon ng mga tao hindi para bumili kundi para magbenta. Okay. So, sabi ko nga parang humina talaga sobra yung market. So, I ended up looking for another platform, which is ito nga nakita ko tong pagiging virtual assistant. So at first sabi ko, ano ba ginagawa diyan? Na-curious ako, ano ba ang gagawin, paano ba mag-prepare, ano ba ang kailangan ko para makakuha ko ng ganyang klase ng job. So as I go on research, nakita ko nga, actually lagi ako nanonood ng mga video ni Ma'am Judy. Ang dami ko natututunan kay Ma'am Judy doon sa kanyang mga video sa YouTube. So, yun ang and then nakita ko tong opening just last month lang. So, yun, nag-enroll ako, and luckily, to tell you honestly, I'm one of the nag-avail nung study now, pay later. So, it's a good thing nakapag-start na ako and then after I graduated last week, I landed a job. kaagad. I think sa sa ano namin, sa batch namin, ako yung unang na-interview and I passed the interview, and then okay naman, luckily nakuha naman kami ng aming Australia na boss. So, although it's a part-time, yeah, it's a part-time, pero napakadali nung task. Sabi kasi ano is just an email management. Sabi ko, eh, Diyos ko, parang ano lang ito eh.
Ang
Parang
simple, no? Ang hirap ng training ikumpara sa client.
correct, napaka-basic kasi the template is already ready. What we are going to just is to send it dun sa mga, kasi ang dami niyang almost 300 mails sa inbox, unanswered emailed. So kami yung nagba-manage ngayon ng kanyang Outlook. So yun na nga, nag-start na nga lahat dito, and I'm very much excited kasi sabi ko, ganito lang pala kadali. Nung una parang sabi ko nakabahan ako kasi dun sa interview, saka dun sa mga task na pag-aagawa. And then hindi naman ako natatakot kasi during the training, although sabi ko nga, I can say na it's not just an easy task, especially kung wala ka naman talagang naintindihan pa. Before hindi ko alam kung ano yung Google Drive, ano ba yun. At sabi ko, yung pala mas usable pa siya kaysa dun sa nag-Microsoft Word ka kasi dun kompleto na. At the same time, talaga mas maximize mo siya. So yun na nga, ang dami ko natutunan. Yung email management na yan, napaka-sisiw na sisiw para sa amin.
Diba?
Sabi ko nga, correct. Sabi ko, mas, talagang ang iniim ko talaga is yung website, creating website, yung maintaining ng website kasi it's very challenging din talaga. So dito talaga natutunan ko how to create a website. Before sabi ko, paano ba yung website na yan? Ano ba yung WordPress na yan? So dito ko talaga siya natutunan, and I'm very much thankful with all the coaches, kay Sir Ercy tsaka kay Sir Neil, na talagang kahit inaabot kami ng alauna na madaling araw, tuloy-tuloy yung ang dami ng matutunan, parang ayaw mo na matapos kasi we're doing the task. Talaga mag-extend ka talaga ng time, mag-spend ka talaga ng extra effort mo talaga to learn. So ang pinakamaganda pa rito, lahat matututunan mo kasi everything is online now. So tas nandiyan pa yung mga mga coaches natin na anytime pwede mong bulabugin, pwede mo silang ask for help. Yeah, totoo po 'yan. So talagang I'm very much thankful na I've been a part of virtual university, virtual assistant university dito nga sa virtual lasting. Talagang I've learned a lot. Yung self-confidence ko talagang nasa higher level na. Sabi ko nga talagang gusto ko pang ma-challenge pa ng ma-challenge. I need more difficult tasks kasi para gusto kong pang mahasa yung mga natutunan ko dito sa virtual lasting. Yun. So, thank you so much, guys. So, if I were you, wag na kayo magdalawang isip kasi it really helps a lot. Sobra. Hindi nyo po pagsisisihan kung bakit kayo mag-enroll at after the enrollment, talagang adyan po sila para i-guide tayo hanggang sa may client na tayong hinahawakan. Thank you so much po. Ma'am Judy, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
I'm
By the
so
way, I'm from Laguna, from San Pedro.
you're from Laguna.
Correct.
I'm so glad to hear your story na somebody who joined the Study Now, Pay Later. Kasi alam mo, I thought about the Study Now, Pay Later. Kasi sa totoo lang, alam ko naman na meron kasi maraming tao na who really want to join the training.
True.
But either like meron silang doubts na ay meron ba talaga akong ma-learn, or some people talaga they really want to learn, wala lang silang funds immediately, especially pandemic ngayon. And so I thought about na try natin. Alam nyo, so many people actually like parang I'm not saying na swapang yung mga admin or something, but they were doubting like what if they run away with the money and things like that, or like they don't pay or anything. And you know what I really said, it's really worth it if kahit mga iilang tao who really will appreciate that program, because if they work and they get clients, we change these people lives. And so I'm really happy to hear from your story na you're from the Study Now, Pay Later, because
Yeah.
at least you know what, I'm happy na meron talagang result na you're that you know And I'm so happy na meron ka ng client. So congrats with that.
Thank
I'm
you.
happy and tuloy-tuloy lang talaga ang pag-develop ng skills mo. And 'di ba nakaka-proud na ang dami mong na-learn in, that span of time, 'di ba?
Correct. True.
I'm so happy to hear that. And thank you so much, Rome, for being here tonight.
Thank you, Miss Judy. Thank you, Sir Kenji.
All right. Good night.
Good
Bye-bye.
night. Bye-bye.
Okay, so alam ko na busy pa si Rome ngayon. So
May
thank you so
kinain.
much, Rome. It's such a blessing to our live stream tonight. You know what? First time ko palang na-hear yung story niya na study now, pay later pala siya. So I'm
Opo.
glad to hear that. Kasi sometimes I really wonder like, are we really helping people sa study now, pay later? Kasi sometimes yung mga study now, pay later, sila pa ang patatatamad-tamad.
Opo.
Have you noticed that?
Totoo po yan.
So, parang hindi na lang tayo, you know what? I'm very tempted sometimes to say, hindi na lang tayo mag-study now, pay later kasi parang ang tamad-tamad ng mga taga-study now, pay later. Pero I'm glad na, ay, meron talagang parang naka-benefit. Okay. So we have like some comments pa here. Okay. Besides the 20 courses, is there any upcoming upskilling? So I'm actually I'm personally investing in so many trainings, and I'm actually opening up a lot of these trainings that people can just do, like parang access it. So I've been asking Neil about that. Can you ask him or
Okay po.
Kenji so that they
Sige
can
po.
make it available to all the VAs, because there's so many things that are like new. Like as I mentioned, I keep mentioning about TikTok, about like all these new things, and I want people to learn. So it's going to be available to all the VAs who have been like enrolled. And then we have another question. What is Miss Judy's YouTube channel? So you just go to Judy Ralias TV. So just search for it on YouTube. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, I've been very tamad with my YouTube channel. But you know what? I promise, mga maybe October,
Abangan nyo
I'll
yan, guys.
I, always lang ako nag-promise, my God. What's happening? But you know what? I think marami na naman tayong mga subscribers, pero I'm gonna start posting because I keep writing down like topics to do, but I'm like, sometimes nasa stuck ako kasi always na ako nagwa-watch ng YouTube pero hindi gumagawa ng video. Ano ba yan? Okay. So that's the link. This is the link to the YouTube channel. And then, sabi ni Bernie, going back 2020 from pure gold merchandiser to VA. Thanks, VAU. It's better to invest than to regret your future success. WordPress developer here. Wow, that's so good to hear, Bernie. I'm so happy to hear that. See? Like there's so many people who actually go back to me. Like even from the time that I started training people in like 2014, ba yun? 2013, people would say, you know what? This really started another path for me. And that really makes me happy. I'm gonna be honest, Kenji. It makes me happy because in my end, this also really changed my life. Because before I was like, you know what? Wala na talaga akong pag-asa. Hindi na ako makakain kung hindi ako pupunta ng office. And sa totoo lang, ang tamad ko talaga. Ayoko talagang pumunta sa office. kahit kahit right now, I'm gonna be honest. Kahit ako na ang boss, ayoko pumunta sa own office ko. Sa totoo lang. That's why I'm also working at home. Okay. So when po ang next batch po? So that's August 2, batch 11. Okay? Then batch 12, September 6. So June says, ano nga po ang mode of payment if I will avail the study now, pay later? Okay, can you
Okay po.
explain the study now, pay later again, Kenji? So that, for the benefit of the people who weren't able to start earlier, Kenji will explain what VAU, the coverage is about, and then also like how to avail of the study now, pay later, and as well as the mode of payments and how to sign up in general. So go ahead, Kenji.
Okay po. Yan. So again po, to sign up po, just visit join.virtualassistant.university. And yun nga po, once nagpunta po kayo sa website natin, nandito na rin po yung ating registration form. Yan. So again po, for our pricing, before po, charge po natin to for 2,000 each course. But ngayon po, for 20 courses po, in-offer na lang namin siya for only 7,999. And we have this Study Now, Pay Later program po para mas makatulong sa inyo. So literal na training ka ngayon and then yung payment is later na after the training. Yan. So again po, ang guidelines po natin dito, open po siya to all Filipino nationals ages 18 years and older. And reminder lang guys, limited lang po yung slots na allotted natin for this program. And this program po will last for 5 weeks. Yan. So syempre hindi naman namin nahayaan na after ng program is magbabayad kayo ng isang bagsakan lang. Kaya meron tayo ditong flexible na payment terms. So first po is immediate na collection 1 week after the training. And next po, ang magiging collection po natin is every 15th and 30th of the month. Kaya po, mahati po yung payment natin into 4. Since yun nga po, ang collection is every 15th and 30th. So parang ang mangyayari, magkakaroon po kayo ng additional 2 months. Aside po doon sa 1 month na training, meron po kayong additional 2 months to pay for it. And next po, kung makakuha po kayo ng client within virtual lasting, so i-refund po namin 100% yung payment ninyo after 6 months of employment. And lastly po, yan, so ang start po ng training natin ay sa Monday na, August 2. So kung magbabayad po kayo on or before August 2, instead na 7,999 yung bayarin ninyo, magiging 3,999 na lang po siya. Yan, so nabawasan siya ng 50% off. Yan. So for our payment channels po, we have here BPI, BDO, Union Bank, GCash, Paymaya, Coins.ph, Cebuana Luwilier, Palawan, and M. Luwilier. And sa mga gusto pong magbayad via credit or debit card, meron po tayo dito ang provided na PayPal link. So once na clinic niyo po siya, yan, automatic na po siyang discounted. So 3,999 na lang po yung kailangan ninyong bayaran. Now, for our registration po, again po, just visit join.virtualassistant.university. And may kita nyo po dyan tong enroll now na button or pwede rin pong dito sa click here. Yan. So, pag clinic nyo po siya, yan. Yan po yung registration form natin. And reminder lang, upon registration po, kindly prepare 2 valid IDs, proof of residency, and 3 signature specimen. Since yun po, mag-enroll po kayo for the Study Now, Pay Later program. And after nyo po mag-register dito, kindly expect an email po from us since may papa-accomplish pa po kami sa inyo na training agreement. Yan. So again po, to register, just visit join.virtualassistant.university.
All right. So thank you so much for that, Kenji. So just to announce to everybody, our next live stream is on Friday. It's still going to be 9 p.m. And it's going to be Meet the Team Behind VAU. So, we're going to bring in like our coaches, our HR, everybody who's involved is going to be in that live stream. So that's something to watch out for because they do have some tips for you as well. Also, you can still share this live stream to as many friends as you can to win a prize. So tag them or you can share them. You can share this to their wall and we will check that. Just make it public so that you can win a prize. Okay? I believe we also have a winner.
Yes
right?
po, meron po.
Okay, so who's the winner? So congratulations, Edward, Adrian, Jake, Dupalag. So please send us your GCash or bank information so that we can send it to your account. Okay? And we have like a comment here. Good eve, Ma'am Judy and Sir Kenji. Madami po nagpo-post ng work from home pero either networking or scam. Sa VAU, super legit dito, guys. That's true. Thanks, Mark. Yes, indeed. Ang dami talagang nagsasabi no na work from home job. You just need a phone.
Yes
Tapos
po.
networking pala. Alam mo, I tried that before, nairita talaga ako kasi nag-outfit pa ako, pang power dressing, nang-apply pa ako. Tapos, networking pala. Ako pa pababayarin ng ano, parang pabilhin ako ng kit.
Ng product po nila, apo.
Nag-visit ako talaga. As in like, sabi ko talaga, oh my God, it's so misleading. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for being on this live stream. And you all have a great evening. Good night and take care. Bye bye.